Hi, today I want to show you my favorite inquiry screen for sales order processing using Microsoft Dynamics GP, and I'm on version 2010. But this particular inquiry screen has been around since the very first version that had sales order processing. In this sales section, under Inquiry, I'm going to click on Sales Range Inquiry. And on the Inquiry ID, when I click on a lookup, I see all inquiries that have been predefined. I'll show you how to define one in just a moment. I'll select the one called Master. And I'm only interested in all documents where Greg E is the salesperson. So I don't care what master number it is, so I'll click OK. I don't care what items they are or what type of transaction. This would be whether it's a quote, and it goes all the way down to the particular type IDs you set up in the SOP setup screen. I want all of them, all document numbers, all customer numbers and IDs, or IDs and names, all phone numbers. Now, salesperson, I just want Greg. So I'll select just him. I don't care the origin. This happens to be a user-defined field for sales order processing, and I don't care where it came from, so I'll click on OK. And now I see all documents with an unposted status that have Greg E as the master salesperson. And then from here I can work on them. I can also print the list if I want to. Now keep in mind, if a return happens to be out here, and there are two out here, they're going to show up as positive numbers, not negative numbers, because this is simply a list of documents, not the net effect it'll have on AR. So let's look at how we can set one up. If I want to look at that frequently, all open transactions for Greg E, I don't want to have to click OK through all of those. So we'll click on Restrict Sales Document under Inquiry, and let's create one called Salesperson. Now, by default, do I want history or unposted transactions? And I want unposted, so I'll leave this option marked. And now I can then choose which questions I want it to ask me as part of the lookup. And the only thing I'm interested in is salesperson ID. And I'll just click on Insert, because I want it to ask me who the salesperson is. And now I'll click on Save. Now let's do one called Greg E that is just for Greg E. So I'm going to go back to salesperson range, choose that, and this time I'll be very specific and say I want Greg E to Greg E, and I'll save that. Let's close it out and go back to our sales range inquiry, and now we have salesperson that we just added, and we can choose which salesperson we want to see it for. We can also go through and choose the option Greg E that we created, and it doesn't ask us anything, it automatically populates. This is an amazing inquiry window, and I hope it helps you. Thanks.